Hey, what's up my crypto fans? So Bitcoin's busted its way through $54,000 mark and is trading around $54,500. And it's created a massive buzz within the crypto community. And we know when Bitcoin is buzzing and the crypto community is all hyped, that other coins tend to do well as well. So that's why today we want to look at Jasmy coin. Now Jasmy is not a new coin and it's been around for a little while, but over the last 8 to 9 days, it's enjoyed some massive gains. So we want to know what is happening with Jasmy coin now. Is it ready for its next leg up? Is it going to plateau sideways, or are we going to see a pullback and retrace? Now also with the technical analysis, we do need to look at the news and the fundamentals. We see a lot of videos out there with 400x as promises and all this kind of jazz, but as realistic investors, we need to know what is actually going on before we pump our hard-earned cash in there. If you want to know all that cool stuff and more, stay tuned and let's go crypto. Boom. So before I get into this awesome video, for those of you that are new to the channel, I'm Christian and this is Crypto OG, where I'll give you all the news, reviews and overviews in the crypto, DeFi, yes, and sometimes NFT space. And of course, anything you see, hear or choose to ignore is not financial advice. It's just me being nice. So jumping into today's topic, Jasmy coin. Now, Jasmy coin has enjoyed some massive gains, as you probably know if you're following it. But at the moment, it's starting to plateau a bit and it is hitting a kind of resistance level. Now, I'm going to jump straight into the chart and show you Jasmy as it stands on the daily. Now, as you can see here, over the last 8 days, since really the 19th of Feb, when the ultra volume came in, we have seen some great pumps all the way up. And it's been in an uptrend really since way back here on the 26th of November, where the 200-day and 50-day moving average crossed over. And you can just see here that we've seen some massive pumps to the upside. Now, I want to show you some really interesting stuff when it comes to obviously the daily and the 4-hourly time frames, which are two time frames I really like to look at when I'm really looking to see how a coin's performing. Obviously, I go on the lower time frames when I'm getting into a coin, but for how I'm looking how this momentum is going to go, I look at the sentiment, which you can just about see down here. If I scroll up, is all in a buy sentiment, as you can see here. If we scroll over to this side over here, so it's just the way my computer is, but I just want to show you everything. We can see we've had all this lovely ultra volume in here. Now, this is important because when ultra volume comes in, it means the sentiment in the market is super bullish. Now, I'll just leave the volume on here and we'll see that Jasmy really was trading around 0.05 and really went all the way up to 0.15, and that is quite significant. But let me just tell you why these key areas are going to be really focal points and one to watch. We've put in the 007, we've put in the 001, and we've put in the 015. Now, this is because with this kind of euphoric pump up here, there's no real platform for Jasmy to retrace to. So you have to look all the way back to older time frames and really do your analysis. And then what you have to do is when you've gone all the way back to where the last kind of market action was, which looking at this was all the way back in kind of June time, before we seen any kind of market action up in these levels, then you have to jump down to the lower time frames and see if the daily matches the kind of 4-hourly. So I choose the daily and 4-hourly, and you can see the 4-hourly plays out absolutely perfect to these levels. You can see it comes all the way down here and uses this as strong support before it loses momentum. The bulls come back in and it breaks straight up to this. Now, this key level here has been on so many focal touch points around this market action and around this market action, and we can see here that it's been support on the candle wicks for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bounces in a row here before it finally gave way and sort of dipped under and turned this resistance into support. And this is why this one's really a key indicator. If you have a look here, you can really see where it held its line all the way in this market action here. It did the same thing in this market action. It proved to be the support action here and here before it turned into resistance and had a market leg down to here. Now, if this does the same thing, because at the moment it's putting in lower highs, we could be seeing it put market action down and put in lower lows. But we really want to see Jasmy following Bitcoin's footsteps if it pumps out and break this kind of resistance into support. But we are investors. We're not silly idiots. We're not people just throwing our money in. We look at these trading channels and we use these key indicators to know when we should be getting in. We have a breakout here. We have a firm touchdown, retest, and then we go in on the market. Now you can see here, if you'd have done that here, you would have had here kind of a support level. You would have dropped down here. You would have had a firm breakout here, a retest here, gone back in, gone all the way up here. But this market action that comes back to these levels here would have been a tricky one to get out of. So Jasmy coin really needs some attention. Now, when I say I want to talk about it, that analysts are saying if we go over to here that Jasmy's on a leg up to 0.29. It's broke through to its 0.15 at the moment, and these in the matrix say that Jasmy price surges as Japan welcomes crypto investment, and Jasmy, being one of the biggest Japan cryptos, is going to start seeing pumps to the upside. Now it says here it's been one of the most talked about cryptocurrencies in the past week, with its price surging to a 52-week high of 18 on Thursday. But what we want to know is, what is Jasmy's buying in point? Because if you think about it, it's good sentiment with the 14th most viewed coin on CoinMarketCap. It's got bullish news in the sentiment of the market, and the analytics are saying all good things. But there are some stuff that does keep Jasmy kind of wishy-washy in the market. So all this default action here would have been on the back of this news here. It says, according to data revealed by ScorpScan, DWF Labs shifted 380 million Jasmy worth 5.9 million to Binance over the past 24 hours and obviously dumped it on the market. Now, if no one knows what DWF Labs is, they are market makers. They are notoriously for making markets either pump up or down by moving their coins. And here you can see on CoinGlass data showcasing a whopping 63.68 spike in the token's open interest, along with a staggering 97 surge in volume. Now, these obviously knew that the market was playing into their favor and they wanted to get into this price action here. Can you imagine? Jasmy's all the way up here. You move that much kind of tokens onto Binance, it pumps back down here. You fill your bags up again, you make the market again. Now, it might not look a lot, but if you have a look about it here, you sell out on a 31%. Yes, not much, you might not think, but when you're buying in these levels here, because these two indicators here would have been a massive buy indicator. That's when the bears have run out of steam and the bulls are coming in. You put your money back in and you're pumping up to another 40%. Now, 40%, let's have a look at the volumes they were putting over. 40% on 5.9 million is an absolute eye-watering amount of money. So you can see why these market makers are good at the game. And you can see where the market makers come in and out very nicely, because I can tell you these purple ones are ultra volumes. This is a market maker here, as you can see, the dump on the market. This is a market maker here, because obviously the only people that can put ultra volumes in are people with high amount of tokens or coins or the smart money. So this is what we need to watch out for. Now, quickly before I round up on this, because I don't want to be on it super long, where do we see Jasmy going? Well, I would like to see Jasmy following the footsteps of Bitcoin. I'd like to see it break through this resistance here, put in another confirmation. But for me, I think you have to watch the daily. We've run out of steam. So the daily saying that this could flip and we could see a little move to the downside, but I don't think we're ever going to be pulling that far back out of this trading channel here. And this trading channel is not massive. It's just a kind of 16%. But if you're putting volumes in, these trading channels can be absolutely amazing, because if you're trading support and resistance, this is a perfect time. Now, this doesn't look like it's breaking out of that. It looks like it's going to run out of momentum. Now we can go to the lower time frames and see what they're doing on this. You can see here it's tried to break out, but quickly the bears move back in, and these moving averages are suppressing the price. And we can see here it's in a bit of a downtrend. after this ultra volume here, and it's not really testing this kind of resistance up here. So these are the ones you've got to look at. The 15-minute time frame will tell you when to get into the market, and it'll really tell you the sentiment of what's happening on the lower things, but you need to zoom out and use the trend as your friend when you really want to get into that. So for me, I think we're going to see a little bit of a pullback, and then we'll probably see a bit of a leg up. What I would like to see is Jasmy probably come down these levels here, take a nice firm rejection at that support and come all the way back up and test this again 1, 2, 3, 4 times, and then boom, we could see Jasmy to the upside, because this would be a nice healthy correction in the market and then give all the investors a bit of confidence to shoot to the upside. So I just wanted to go through all of that Jasmy jazz pretty quick. Hope you found this video super informative. If you want to see any more tokens, coins, anything, just leave a comment. I'll try and look into some of it I can. But I do think Jasmy overall is going to be super bullish. And as always, trade smart, trade safe, and don't get wrecked.